Hey guys, happy Valentine's Day. One of the interesting thing about Valentine's Day, depending on where you are in your life and where you are in your relationships, Valentine's Day for me, it kind of reminds me of my grandmother. My grandmother was born on Valentine's Day. And so, a lot of people have had good relationships, bad relationships, great relationships, and maybe in a wonderful relationship now, or maybe not. you know, I've talked about it for many years that the number one cause of a lot of our problems are relationships. And it may start with your mom and your dad, your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, your first boyfriend, the teacher, whoever it is that has an impact on our life. And Valentine's Day, unfortunately for some people, is not really a good day, because they feel they don't have love in their life, they're single, or better yet, relationships is a big stop. No way. I've already tried that, rode that bull, and it didn't ride too well, and I'm still suffering the pain of that relationship. But one of the most important things about relationships, and that's the good ones, the bad ones, and the ugly ones, it's really about what you capture and what you hold on to and what you've experienced. And it's not the experience itself, but rather the meaning you give to it. So, like I have so many people who've come to see me, and they might personally as well. You'll have a relationship, and let's say it's 5 years, or 50 years, or 10 years, or 3 weeks. From the beginning to the end, in between the gap before the ending, a lot of times there's a lot of good stuff in those relationships. I mean, 5 years together, beautiful time, great times, and all this stuff. And then, of course, they break up, you break up, some accident, they die, whatever it is. And then at that point, we all have a decision to make. What is important to me? And oftentimes I say this when you have an experience like something like that, it's the decision or the oath or a vow or promise you made because of the ending of the relationship. And of course, if you've had a pretty rough, crazy relationship and it ended, you could easily say relationships are bad. I never want to get close to one. And then again, so you start dating, and you say my picker's wrong. It keeps picking the same person. But in reality, it's not wrong. It just picks what you're familiar with. And what you're familiar with and what you're used to could be built a long time ago, starting by watching your parents grow up. As you grow up, seeing how they act, the relationship with your brother, your sister, whoever it is, impacts our decision making. And so for me, it's what decision you make at that moment in time. What value did you get from this? What the bad things, and a lot of times it's the bad things that makes us feel bad. And of course, how do you change that? And one of the most important things is, and because I've been through relationships, and one of the things that I look at relationships, because I can look in this relationship, I can see a lot of good things I liked. I like those things, and then I see the bad things I don't like. And of course, a lot of times the bad things overshadow, become loud and screaming at you. Never again. But here's the key. For me, I sit down and I write down every good experience I had with this person, whoever it is, right? And then, by the way, it's any relationship with your mom, your dad, your brother, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, or colleagues. So I look down, I look at this relationship. I said, what was really good about this relationship? And I write down every good thing. What are some of the best things I learned from this relationship that really help me and introduce me to new things I never knew existed, like love, sex, romance, togetherness, whatever it is. We want to keep those. Now remember, it's not the other person, but actually it's your translation and experiences with that person, because one person could feel love and the other one may not feel love. So it all depends on your values. Now all of a sudden, something ends, whether they die or whether they move on, they break up, or something really bad happens, or they betray you. Then what do you choose? Are you going to choose that moment and focus on the bad stuff and then amplify it? Then all of a sudden, it's now 40 years later, 20 years later, or 15 years later, you're still single and you're still feeling the same misery. So for me, it's so important for me to look at the bad stuff, identify the unpleasant experiences and what I don't like, and then I tap those out of me. I change those so they don't abide within me. All right. So then when I clean this up, and again, I don't want that in my life, but if I don't clean it up, which I'm guilty, and there's some things that I hadn't cleaned up because I didn't know to clean up because I didn't know. And I realize I am the culprit of what I pick. I am guilty. I played a role in this. Now again, that's just it's how it works. So what I do is I tap out the misery, tap out the pain, tap out the betrayal, tap out the lies, tap out whatever it is, and then I go to what I want to re-experience again. That's when I start to replay in my mind and I become and act from the new model of thinking. Now, again, remember, what you hold in mind, you get somewhere in time. So it's always important to make peace with the hurt of the past and even the present, what's going on in your life now. So what I do is I work on myself, I tap on myself, I clean up this stuff, and then I say, what would I rather have? And that's where I build a new model by using the good stuff and releasing and changing the bad stuff. Now, of course, um, if you buy someone a Valentine's gift, even though they've hurt you, you're not inviting them back. You're also blessing you because you're not allowing the pain of the past to torment you. So one of the things is, who is your Valentine really? It's you. You are your own Valentine. Because see, when you give from the inside of you, it's from you. And of course, when you give to others, whether they're the good or the bad or the ugly, you're still doing it for you. So do not keep any hurts and pains of your past relationship. And if you're suffering because you've had bad experiences, today is the day to make a decision to work on you, to heal the pains of the past, heal the wounds of your past experiences, and don't let your wounds dictate what you're going to choose in your future, but rather let your passion and your love be your driving force. So forgiveness is not saying I forgive you for what you did. Forgiveness is saying I change within me the things that I captured from what you did and I set me free. Because you have to understand, when you give to someone else, it's coming from you. It's not to fix them, to solve them, or to change them, but it's only from you. So when you give to someone else, you're actually giving to you because you're setting you free. So if you have people in your life that you need to bless, need to heal inside of you, that becomes your healing catalyst of future relationships. Now, I have people come to my seminars, and of course, they vowed never to be in a relationship because of the painful one. And as they started working on their emotional wounds with their dad or their mom or their ex-partner, they heal it from inside, and all of a sudden, the opposite sex becomes attracted to you. And you're not doing anything, just being your authentic self. When you heal the wounds inside, you're going to attract the positivity. But here's a good thing. When you change the bad memories, it doesn't make you stupid. That means you won't let it happen again. As a matter of fact, you said, no, thank you. Tried that, got the t-shirt and the tattoo, I'm moving on. Bless you. So here's the deal, guys. You be your own Valentine by healing you and investing in you. Whatever you invest in, you get a result. So if you invest in the negative stuff and you accumulate bad stuff, you get more. I don't want that. I want love, joy, peace, and kindness. Kindness, love, peace, and you and me. Let's heal ourselves and move forward. So if you're ready for something better, I've got lots of videos on YouTube. I have amazing Heal Your Body courses, Heal Your Relationship courses, because it all starts with you. I have one course that said my family screwed me up, and someone said, yeah, my whole family did. But they really didn't screw you up. They just impacted you, and your brain captured what happened, and it starts using it on you. And that's why you picked what you picked. So now it's time for something better. Come join me. Come join me. We got tap-alongs, heal your relationships, heal yourself, heal your body, change your life. We have lots of great ability for you to improve the quality of your life. Just step in and create something better. This is Robert Jean in this great state of Oklahoma. Love yourself from within yourself, and what you hold within, you get more of. So make peace with how you hold your past. Peace. Happy Valentine's Day. Cheers.